have prepared the outside of your chicken coop. You have cleaned, you made sure that you killed all the rodents, right? So today I'm going to be telling you about the requirements needed for your inside coop. Hello everybody, this is your good Dr. Caroline, a professional medical doctor passionate about poultry farming. So the things that I needed, you're going to need this. This is called a thermohygroma, right? So you'll be monitoring the temperature of your chicken coop and also the humidity of your chicken coop, right? The importance of temperature is that you don't want your chickens to get too hot whereby they'll be pouting and unable to lay, or to get too cold. They clamp together and they tend to kill each other, right? The humidity should be around 40% because you don't want your chickens to be too dry. They might experience respiratory diseases. So you want the humidity to be perfect. You have to be having this in your chicken coop for you to be able to monitor, right? And then we go to our feeders. This is our feeders, right? So this one feeder is 3 per 100. 3 of them, it feeds 100. So you will be calculating how many chickens you'll be having. So you'll be feeding 3 per 100, right? But this one is for day old. And then we have this type. This is another type of our feeders for our day olds, right? So also it's 3 of this per 100 chickens. So this way you'll be able to know how many feeders you need for the number of chickens you'll be having at your chicken coop. And this is very important. We have our drinkers, right? You know chickens cannot survive without drinking water. So you must get your drinkers. Same with also this one is 3 per 100, right? So you have to be able to know how many feeders you're going to buy, how many drinkers you're going to buy, and how many chickens you'll be having in your chicken coop. You don't want your chickens to be clumping in one feeder because you bought little feeders or you bought 2 little drinkers. So you have to be able to do your calculations, especially if you want to go into this business. So you have to go into it knowing what you're doing. And then we also have this. Alright, so this is a 12-liter pump, right? So this one we use it to disinfect, right? You can use anything to disinfect. You can use bleach and any other thing, as long as it's not going to cause toxicity towards your chickens, right? You have to be able to disinfect your chicken coop at all times. You don't want your chickens to be sick because you don't want to lose your flock, right? You want to grow into your business, right? So meaning your chickens have to be vaccinated. They have to live in a clean area. So cleanliness is the most important thing as well. So you have to take encounter into that, right? So you need to be able to clean and disinfect your drinkers and your feeders. You don't want any infections, any diseases to affect your chickens. So this process is very important. So it's either you join me while I'm cleaning or you go grab a drink. We also have our scale that we have bought. We bought this in order for us to be able to measure our feeds. Remember, I showed you calculations on how to feed your chickens. So for you to be able to do that, you have to measure the grams that you'll be feeding your chickens per day. So every single day you measure your feeds and you know how many grams you're supposed to give your chickens. We just finished assembling our scale. You'll be putting your feeders here, knowing how many grams you're supposed to feed your chickens. And then we also have this. Remember, I told you that there is certain number of grams that your chickens have to have each and every week. You need to weigh your chickens every week so that you know that they're growing well, right? So this will be using to weigh our chickens, right? So you put the chicken feet there and then you weigh it. So every week you'll be knowing how many grams your chickens are. So this also as well is very important. So the scale is going to be showing you that you are feeding your chickens well. It's going to be showing you that your chickens are growing well. And if the grams that are required for your chickens per week is not reached, you have to look at what is happening. Are your chickens sick? Is the person working at your farm feeding your chickens at a certain time, at the correct time? Are they feeding the correct number of grams? So weighing your chickens is very important, and it will help you identify whether your chickens are sick, whether the chickens are feeding well, and if they're not feeding but the feeds are there, what might be the problem. So you have to be able to diagnose what's happening with your chickens, right? So you need to be knowing that they're growing well. You need to be measuring how much they're eating each and every week. So this is very important. Show you that your chickens need water. You have to be having water supply at all times. So because we don't have water supply at our farm, we bought this, right, and this. We don't want our chickens to run out of water. So guys, if you want your chickens to grow well, if you want good production, you have to invest in such things. You don't want to be in a situation whereby you run out of water, your chickens don't have water, and it's just craziness. So if you want to grow, if you want to scale, make sure you invest in such things, right? You have to invest in the equipments that are needed, as I showed you. You have to invest in making sure that there's a good supply of water. You have to make sure that your chicken coop is clean. You disinfect first, and also you have to be making sure that each and every week you're weighing your chickens. Each and every day you are weighing the feeds of your chickens, what you'll be feeding your chickens, so that you know that they're growing at a normal rate and they're reaching the weight that is required for them. Remember, for our chickens to reach point of lay, they have to be weighing around 1.5 to 2 kgs. You don't want your chickens to be too big for their skeletal bodies, and also at the same time you don't want them to be too small, because you might not reach production of eggs at the right time. So guys, I've shown you the couple of requirements that you need. Those are the basics that you need for your chickens, right? For you to start poultry farming. In layer farming, you're also going to need a debeaker, which we haven't gotten it yet. You will also need debeaker, which is important because you don't want your chickens to be pecking each other, right? So once I get it, I'll show it to you guys, right? So these are the requirements that you'll be needing. You must make a list, and then you make sure you have those things before you can start. They are very important. Catch you on the next episode, guys. Make sure that you subscribe, you like, you share, and you comment, and